What are the costliest mistakes that dealers are making? If you had to stack rank it, like what are those like top three that you're seeing from compliance, regulatory, just what are those three things?
I'm actually going to go back to one that's a little bit older and a little bit under the radar, because I think this is a sleeper, huge financial issue for dealers, and that's red flags. So there are requirements under federal law to basically verify the identity of someone that you're going to extend credit to. That's a vast oversimplification, but that's essentially what you have to do. And the reality is that's one where this aligns, because being compliant with that rule is going to stop identity thieves from basically stealing cars from you. And I've talked to dealers mid-sized dealers that lose over $1 million a year to identity theft, because as most of you know, the contract's going to come back on you as the dealer, and you're stuck with the bad deal when the finance company kicks it back to you because there was an identity thief involved. So that to me is sort of low-hanging fruits, or something that dealers could probably tighten up easily and save them money today. Data security and privacy, the breach, I mean, CDK aside, there was a large dealer group in the West Coast that had a direct hack themselves. They were down. This ransomware events happen, unfortunately, routinely with dealers, and these are real hard costs the dealers have to face today. Text messaging still has some inherent risks. And the reason is because there's statutory damages. If you have a law that says you break it, you get X dollars per violation, that's going to attract plaintiffs' lawyers like flies to honey. So that was a real problem for a long time. Still is a problem. It's become a little bit better because of some of the rules and some of the policies that have been put in place at dealerships. But that, I've said for a long time, to bring this down to the dealer world, that's one of the many reasons you got to make sure you understand what your salespeople are doing with their personal phones with consumers, right? I mean, let's bring this to the real world. People communicate on their phone all the time, right? Salespeople are human. They do things the way that everybody wants to do things. Dealers have to really think about the risks and the potential liabilities that could bring to you as a dealer, having that unfettered. You got to get controls over that. You have to have records to show what you're going to do, because there still are some risks out there from those communications, especially marketing communications. If I'm doing triage, those are sort of my top 2 or 3 from a pure financial perspective today for dealers.